Megan, will you take the roll, please?
The republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first item on our agenda is the minutes of the council meeting from February 20th. Does anyone have any comments or questions on those minutes? All right. Our next item then is comments and suggestions from citizens present. If anyone present would like to come to the microphone, you can state your name and address. And it looks like online we just have Rich and then Brad from Baird. All right, seeing none, let's go to reports. You all have the Plan Commission minutes from November 14th, Site Plan from December 12th, Plan Commission from December 12th, Site Plan from January 23rd, Plan Commission from January 23rd, Library Board from January 12th, the Site Plan minutes from February 13th, Plan Commission from February 13th, the Library Board of Trustees from February 9th, Public Works from February 28th, and Airport from February 8th. Comments or questions from anybody on those? Mr. Bartz.
In the Public Works meetings from minutes from February 28th, under E, page 34, it says Hart shared the study was over $8,000. That should be $80,000. 80,000.
Okay. We'll make that change. Thank you for pointing that out. Anybody else? All right. We have no items under communications and recommendations. So our next item is, under new business, is the appointment of an election inspector. Is there a motion on that one?
So move.
Motion by Mr. Licht, second by Mr. Bartz. Any discussion on that? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. Our next item is the accounts payable.
Madam Mayor, I move we pay all accounts payable.
All right, motion by Mr. Rumline, seconded by Mr. Bartz. Any discussion or question on the accounts?
Did I see that we got 2 new police cars in this, or did I read that correctly?
Yes, we did,
Great.
luckily.
Luckily.
Any other questions? Oh, it would help if I turned the mic on. It's like, why does everyone keep dropping off? Do you have Rich's phone number? Can you text him and tell him that was my fault? All right. Megan?
Rumline. Davis. Lampy. Ritten. Bartz.
Aye.
Licht. Smith. Schmidt. Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 8-0.
Very good. Your next item is the miscellaneous business. We have only a payroll summary for you tonight. Does anyone have any questions on that? All right, then let's go to our resolutions. The first is Exhibit 9491. This is a resolution to authorize the issuance and sale of $3,995,000 worth of general obligation promissory notes. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
Mayor, I'll move for the approval of Exhibit 9491.
Thank you. Motion by Mr. Ritten, second by
I'll second.
Ms. Davis. Mark, I'm turning this over to Brad. Brad, I'm hoping you can hear us okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I was having problems, and for some reason my video's not working, but can you hear me okay?
We can, thank you.
Okay. I'll just walk through a summary of the resolution and certainly answer any questions. But so the city was out in the marketplace today. We were marketing this investment, the notes, to investors nationwide. And this resolution is really the final step in finalizing the interest rates and the terms for the notes. So everything came in really right along with, as would be expected. It came in line with the initial presentation that was presented last month to the Finance Committee, and interest rates are actually a little bit better, a little lower than what was presented. So we're able to finalize today at a 3.49% interest rate, I'm sorry, 3.42% interest rate. And that compares to the 3.49 that we were using for planning purposes. So these notes have principal payments that are due annually, beginning June 1st of 2024, the final payment in June 1st of 2031. As part of this process of the issuance of the notes, we secured a bond rating from Moody's Investor Service, and Moody's affirmed the city's AA3 rating, and that's what we had expected going in. The complete rating report is attached in a presentation that was emailed over this afternoon. It's a very robust report. I won't walk through it line by line, but I did want to point out one of the credit strengths that Moody's cites is the very healthy operating reserves of the city. So that, the AA3 overall, goes a long way to securing the low interest rates that relative to the market that are available today. The complete financing plan was updated. This is an update of the plan presented previously. Again, falls right in line with the plan that had been developed and initially approved. The overall, I guess, highlight of this plan is we're holding the debt service mill rate level at 24 through 2027, and then we're holding the combined debt service payments, that is the principal and interest on all of the city's outstanding debt, plus potential new issues, is being held level at roughly $5,170,000 annually, all the way through 2040. So, and that takes into account the city's future capital needs as detailed in the current CIP. So overall, a successful note issuance. I'd be glad to go into more detail if you like, or answer any questions.
Questions for Brad? Ms. Davis?
Well, I do just want to point out, if you all have that booklet, if you look at page 3, he was just referring to the combined debt mill rate and with the borrowing. But I think it is important to point out the number that this future projection is based on when it comes to borrowing, and it's $11 million. And so that would be future borrowing for an $11 million fire station. And so I think it's important to look that over, and it's also important to key in on that number, because if we're planning, as we have here, for borrowing, then that $11 million is key, and I think a good target for us to try to maintain and stay at or even below when it comes to building the fire station.
Yeah, I agree. I've mentioned a handful of times, but I'm going to mention it every time. The 11 million is not a final number. It is our best guess until we just signed the contract today, and I think we're planning on having design back late summer. So before we know our budgeting for the next year, so we'll have a better idea on cost. But, you know, I was going to point out the combined debt mill rate as well. Brad always does a really great job, and I'm sure Mark contributes to this as well, in structuring our debt in a manner at which our combined mill rate stays very steady and stable, and I appreciate that a lot, especially with the large borrowing upcoming. Any other questions, comments? Mr. Schmidt?
Just a really random one.
Sure. Oh, man.
I know, right? So just like you can go online through a broker or through the federal government website and buy bonds that basically are you as an individual person loaning money to the government through the bond market, can private citizens do the same thing with city debt, or is that going to like a brokerage or a hedge fund, or does it go to a larger entity that buys them through a stock exchange?
I'm going to let Brad answer that question.
Sure. The short answer is yes, individuals can purchase the city's debt. And what we had this morning was what we'd call an order period. And that's when we took orders from investors nationwide. Now, there isn't a real strong demand from individual investors for this type of an obligation. But there's, for things like, think of insurance companies like State Farm or banks or trust companies, mutual funds, those are really the primary purchasers of these notes. Individual investors in today's environment would typically have access to these notes through a mutual fund, not the direct purchase of Watertown's notes.
Okay.
Good question. Any others? Any other questions? Any comments? We're about to vote on debt. You want me to wait for you to sit down? Okay. Any other questions? No, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll just let the minutes reflect that Alderperson Lampies arrived. So we have a motion and a second. I believe it's by Mr. Ritten, made the motion, correct? So, Mr. Lampy, you have a minute to make it around. So, Megan, will you take the roll, please?
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht, Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brad.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to our next. The next is Exhibit 9492. This is a resolution to award the 2023 pavement marking contract, number 1-23, to Century Fence for $26,254. This is here for Mr. Wetzel and the Public Works Commission.
492?
Motion by Wetzel, second by Romline. We're going to go through a handful of our annual street contracts this evening. Andrew is obviously present. I know Rich is on as well, if you all have any questions. So any questions on this one? Megan?
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Next is Exhibit 9493. This is a resolution to award the 2023 route and crack sealing contract 2-23 to Thunder Road for $75,448.50. This is here again from Mr. Wetzel in Public Works.
I'll move for that.
Motion by Wetzel. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Bartz. Questions or comments on this one from anybody? Megan?
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right. Our next is Exhibit 9494. This is a resolution to award the 2023 seal coating contract 3-23 to Scott Construction for $66,750. Again, from Mr. Wetzel in Public Works.
Mayor, I move for that.
Motion by Mr. Romline, second by Mr. Wetzel. Questions, comments on seal coating? Megan?
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy, Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith, Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel. Motion passed 9-0.
Next is Exhibit 9495. This is a resolution to award the 2023 street and utility reconstruction contract, number 4-23, to Dorner, Inc. for $2,354,426.41. Again, from Mr. Wetzel in Public Works.
I'll move to approve Exhibit 9495.
Motion by Mr. Ritten, second by Mr. Licht. Questions on this one? Megan?
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy. Motion passed 9-0.
All right, our next is Exhibit 9496. This is a resolution to award the 2023 storm sewer cleaning and televising contract, number 5-23, to Green Bay Pipe and TV for $192,062.25. Again, Mr. Wetzel in Public Works.
I'll move to approve Exhibit 9496.
Motion by Mr. Ritten, second by Mr. Bartz. Questions on this one? Yes.
We doing sewer cleaning?
Yeah, so we,
A little confused in this one.
yeah, we televise our sanitary, is this one for sanitary or storm? Storm? So we televise, like literally stick a camera down the pipe so that we get what I'll call an impression or an image of what the pipe looks like, and then we clean it. So we televise and clean, right? Overly simplified answer, but yes.
No, it's exactly how it sounds. Okay.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Commercial free.
we do it for sanitary as well,
Yeah.
but this one's for storm. Do you want to add anything more technical than that, or is that, are you good? Okay. Any other questions? Megan?
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel, Romline,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy. Motion passed 9-0.
Next is Exhibit 9497. This is a resolution to award our 2023 bituminous servicing contract, 6-23, to Payne and Dolan for $293,088.40 from Mr. Wetzel and the Public Works Commission.
For 94, 97.
Motion by Mr. Romline, second by Mr. Wetzel. Any questions on this one? Megan?
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis. Lampy. Ritten. Bartz.
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Smith. Schmid.
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Thank you. Next is 9498. This is a resolution to award the 2023 Utility and Street Reconstruction Contract 8-23 to Forest Landscape and Construction for $559,080 from Mr. Wetzel and the Public Works Commission.
I'll move to approve Exhibit 9498.
Motion by Mr. Ritten, second by Mr. Wetzel. Any questions on this one? Ms. Davis?
Between the high and the low, it's $500,000. What accounts for that? Is that personnel? I don't know.
Come to me.
What would make such a big difference? And just curiosity.
So largely it plays into how contractor bids, their location plays into it, their subcontractors, their wage rates, material rates, things like that. And then overhead and profit, if they want to build a certain percentage into their bid, that they would stack on top of what they have to pay their suppliers and their people. That all plays into it as well.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Megan?
Ritten. Bartz.
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Smith. Schmid.
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Rumline.
Aye.
Davis. Lampy. Motion passed 9-0.
All right, then our last is Exhibit 9499. This is a resolution to award the 2023 North 4th Street Water Main Improvement Project to Forest Landscape and Construction for $853,260 from Alderman Wetzel and Public Works Commission.
I'll move for 9499.
Motion by Mr. Wetzel, second by Mr. Romline. Questions or comments on this one from anyone? Mr. Ritten?
Comment, this is the last resolution we got in a slew of resolutions. We did spend a lot of money, but we are repairing probably a record number or mileage quantity of streets this year, which is something that I've heard about, and so we're actually doing something about it now. The nice thing that I've noticed is lots of competitive bids
I know,
on
yeah.
all of these. So, and from the Public Works meeting, sounds like we came in kind of under what we expected. So we're going to try to do more here and there where we can.
Yep.
So that's all good news too.
I was going to mention the same. So just for awareness, I've been saying to people, our work predominantly is going to be in the South Washington from West Main to West Milwaukee area, plus North 4th Street. So like that's the general kind of reconstruction, resurfacing areas. We will do seal coating and crack filling and I missed one. And patching. All throughout the community. So you'll see us all over the place. And as Mr. Ritten just alluded to, we may be able to fit in short stretches of road as well as the year wears on and we have a good comfortability with the remaining balance that was allocated, then we will add on some resurfacing where we can. So I agree. I was glad to see the amount of bids that we received. It was interesting to me to kind of see some new companies I hadn't seen in 10 years of looking at these contracts. So it'll be a good amount of work. 3.75 miles of resurfacing and reconstruction. I just wrote it in the letter for the city connection today. So take a peek at that because that'll give you the miles of streets and then the feet of kind of water main and sanitary that we're both replacing and adding. But yes, a lot of good work. Any other comments or questions? Hoppo? Yep.
I just wanted to clarify that 3.75 includes crack sealing and seal coating in addition to resurfacing and reconstruction.
Thank you, Andrew. Anyone else? Megan?
Wetzel.
Aye.
Rumline.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Lampy. Ritten.
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Schmid. Motion passed 9-0.
Before I look for our next item, I just want to mention there's a lot of really tedious and very important work that goes into this. Rich Andrew, Jane Ellen, Pete, Tim, anyone else I'm forgetting? Puts a lot of work in, and Stephen, reviewing all these contracts, puts a lot of work into getting us these good prices and be able to do this work that I know we all hear about all the time. So thank you to the team on that one. We have another opportunity for comments from citizens present, unless Megan's daughter has something for us this evening. No? Just kidding. I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Schmid, seconded by Mr. Bartz. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.